I accidentally made a -50 arc build. I was stubborn. At first, I was like, arc is terrible for -50 content. But I was able to think of a way to make a broken arc build for pure arc build for -50 content like Lightblade for y'all to use and have fun with if you're a lover of arc build. Okay, this build give you Void Overshield, Woven Mail, Amplify, spam bolt charges non-stop, and you just succeed. Okay, you just succeed. So the exotic we are using is Stormdancer's Brace. There's a little bit of bait because I got the Chromatic Fire ornament on, but we are using Stormdancer's Brace. Okay, Stormdancer's Brace make it that Stormtrance hits and final blows increase the damage it deals. This buff up Stormtrance damage by 200%. It is actually insane. I was melting the boss as y'all seen in the beginning footage. I was melting the boss with it. I actually believe it do more damage than Geomag. From my experience, it feels like it do way more damage than Geomag. Okay, and then you refund super energy when it ends. Based on how many kills you get 30% of your super energy back. So you're able to rally this very quick. And in this build, you get your super back very quick. It's actually insane. It's because of all the tick damage we're doing. You get your super back very quick. And it's a roaming super. So yeah. While Stormtrance is equipped, ability damage while M5 grant bolt charge. Now this last sentence is very misleading because you would think you can use this on Prismatic and spam abilities to get bolt charges, but you do not. It does not work like that. It only gives you bolt charges from arc abilities. Okay, and Prismatic don't got arc abilities except Storm Grenade and freaking what, Chain Lightning. Yeah, do not recommend this on Prismatic. But it's amazing on pure arc. So this allows our arc soul, every time it shoots somebody, it gives a stack of bolt charges. Oh, let me get M5, hold on. So now every time the arc soul shoots somebody, it gives us stacks of bolt charges, as you can see. So that allows us to spam bolt charges in this build. The armor set we're using is Lumiopotent. So every time we kill somebody that's jolted, we get honor traces. As y'all know, we have fragment that when you get honor traces, you get bolt charges. So that's taps in more than that. Bolt charge spam fantasy. Stats you want to go for? You want to go for 200 super stat. Obviously, I'm using 2 font mods in my helmet, so I have to go all the way to 200. You want to go for 100 class stat, okay? And then you want to go for as much grenade stat as possible to make your arc soul do even more damage, okay? But that's all you want. 160 super stat / 200 and 100 class stat. That's all you need for this build. And then auto rest and grenade. Now, just like I had to teach y'all ignition math for the -50 solar build, I have to teach y'all bolt charge math. Okay, this is very important. This is the only way this build is insane and works. Okay, because I bet y'all wondering why do we have Labor Monarch in this build. We finna get to that. Okay, so freaking bolt charges goes up based off weapon damage. Okay, if I pull out this primary weapon and I start shooting it, look how the bolt charges go up. I got bolt charge now, right? So, and then if I just throw this grenade, get some more bolt charge, right? So, back into, if I start shooting my primary again, like I said, you see that the bolt charges are going up from weapon damage. So, the faster the damage you are doing with a weapon, the quicker the bolt charge go up. So, if I use something like an arrow denial grenade launcher, punched him, right? If I use something like Festival Flight, for example, and deal weapon damage, you see it went up way quicker than that SMG. Way quicker, okay? So, with bolt charge math, it's whatever weapon deals the fastest weapon damage that makes bolt charge succeed. So, we have Le Monarch on in this build. Le Monarch does poison damage, which counts as weapon damage, okay? So, if I get M5 again, and I shoot this robot with poison, the poison itself is making the bolt charge stats go up. So, if we spam this with our Arc Soul, we're able to make bolt charges happen consistently. You see how often this bolt charge is going off? Okay, so that's the whole purpose of the build, to be able to spam bolt charges every second, as long as you ain't missing your bolt shot sometimes because the robot want to move. That's the whole purpose of this build. Okay, So we stack that with the Arrow Festival Flight and Labor Art, and you'll be doing bolt charges maybe like every half second, 1 second, while shooting arc souls at the enemy while being amplified. Your heavy can be whatever you want. In Light Blade, I recommend you using Refurbished, obviously for the barrier champions. Have on like aggregate charge and gut shot straight, so do more damage, so it can one shot pop the barrier champion shields. You'll be doing Unraveling, Sever, and Jolt, so this will make it do more damage to that champion. Just make sure you apply it to the champion before you put a shield up. And then put on something like Stun Loader, so when you do stun a champion, it automatically reloads this weapon, so that you don't have to worry about that annoying reload animation of Refurbish. It will just be reloaded the moment you stun a champion, so it's always ready to go to pop that barrier champion shield. Okay? Now, artifact. We're running to shreds. Obviously, you get the Woven Mail in this build. Defibrillating Blast. Defibrillating Blast, we're mainly here for the second part. This is why we're spamming bolt charges non-stop. This is why it's important. Defibrillating Blast give us a chunk of health whenever we trigger a bolt charge. I think it's like 70 HP, 55 or 70. So, as long as we spamming this very fast while we have damage resistance from Amplified, you're able to live forever. Okay? And then, of course, us tying in Woven Mail in the build and Void Overshield in the build, you become unkillable in -50 content. Very easy to live. Okay? We got on Horror Shuttle, so that we do the unravel, make threat lanes, and then it sever people. So the Festival Flight comes to play there. So the enemy do less damage from that as well against us. Malign Harvest, this combos with Volatile Marksman. So as long as we getting multiple hits with the Le Monarch, we get volatile rounds, and then volatile rounds give us weakening. So if I shoot this robot twice in the head, we get volatile rounds. And then if I trigger volatile 3 times, my next void shot weakens people. So then if I shoot him, I get a void overshield. Boom. Okay. So that, as long as you're just shooting, so basically, as long as you get like 4 shots of Le Monarch off, you will be having a void overshield in this build 24/7. We got flash over on. This is very important. This is what makes bolt charges do dumb damage. Okay. This make bolt charge do insane damage. So you want to have this on, and to make that you get maximum bolt charge, you get amplified, so you can keep the combo going 24/7 with the exotic chest piece. Because the exotic chest piece says, Stormdancer says, while amplified, you gain bolt charge from ability damage, arc ability damage. Okay, so you have to be amplified for your arc soul to be giving you bolt charge 24/7. So once you get the ball rolling of being amplified, flash over, we're gonna make it that you stay amplified 24/7, because we're gonna be always getting max bolt charges from the arc soul, Le Monarch, Festival Flight combo. And then we have Dielectric on, because when you kill arc debuffs targets, you get a bolt charge, which we're going to be doing 24/7 with all the jolting with the arc soul and whatnot. But also, too, when you kill multiple people that's affected by arc debuff, you get a small portion of health. This combos with the Defibrillating Blast, so you get even more health. So, again, unkillable. Subclass. Now, I came up with this idea because I play Hunter a lot. I'm a Hunter main, and Shinobu Val. The reason why Shinobu is very good in -50 content, because you're able to spam the skip grenades all day, and then that gives you health as well from the Defibrillating Blast. So I was like, how can I replicate that on Warlocks so they can live? Because DR means nothing if you can't heal, and healing means nothing if you have no DR. So we had the DR inside Storm Trance with Amplified and whatnot, but we didn't have healing. So spamming bolt charge is the way we're going to get our health back. Storm Trance on, obviously. It joke people. Also, too, Stormdancer says when you pop your super, you get amplified. And Storm Trance is arc ability damage. So as you jolting people with this, shocking people with this super, you will be triggering bolt charge nonstop. So this keeps you alive in your super as well while dying. We got Healing Rift on. You're going to be camping in your Healing Rift nonstop while shooting Le Monarch. So this keeps you alive forever as well. Camping the Healing Rift, shoot Le Monarch at enemies, and trigger them bolt charges nonstop to kill them. Obviously, make sure you get the Festival Flight off first to get the Severin, or Mint Retrograde if you're dealing with Unstoppables. Your Mint Retrograde will have Sever on it as well, right? We got Ball Lightning on. Your melee just here for utility, so don't even worry about which one. You can choose whatever one you care for. Even if you go Chain Lightning, because it got a quicker cooldown. Your melee is simply here for utility. We'll get into that. We got Pulse Grenade on, because stay out there longer, do tick damage, and it does a lot of damage. And as y'all already know, the chest piece, arc ability damage, good bolt charges. Arc Soul, obviously. Lightning Surge. Now you're probably wondering why we're using Lightning Surge. Lightning Surge gives us Amplify and Bolt Charge on demand, okay? Usually you need a kill confirm to get Amplify. If you're running like Electrostatic Mine, you have to kill somebody to make an Ionic Trace, unless you're using like Cold Heart, but that's not in this build. You got to kill somebody to get an Ionic Trace, and then that gives you Amplify. Or the other way is rapidly killing 3 enemies to get Amplified with arc damage in an arc build, right? But you need kill confirms for that. In hard to end content, you can't just go on -50 and don't have your damage resistance from Amplified there on you from the jump, or you're gonna die. Hunters can pop Ascension and get that, right? And that's why it's easier to survive with them, right? So for Warlock here, you want to do Lightning Surge, because then use your Lightning Surge at the beginning, get your Amplified, and that immediately allows your gameplay loop to begin from the chest piece, and you just pop your rip and just start shooting with the Layman Art, and you're good to go, and the M5 stay on forever, right? And then Bolt Charge gives you 2.5% melee energy for each stack. So you get 25% melee energy whenever you get max stacks of Bolt Charges. And y'all see how we doing both stacks of Bolt Charges in the build. So you won't always have your melee on you 24/7. So this allows you to just be able to get M5 on demand to start your combo, your gameplay loop, without having to think hard about, oh, I need to kill the enemy or something like that, okay? But in easier content, highly recommend Electrostatic Mine in easier content. But harder content, Lightning Surge to get your gameplay loop going immediately. Because in -50, when you got no damage resist on, you die immediately. They is not playing with you, okay? And I don't want y'all struggling on trying to get that kill to get the combo going, okay? Fragments, we got Spark of Frequency on, so that it makes it that we get 2 Bolt Charges instead of 1. So instead of it going up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whenever we get Bolt Charges, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, okay? We got on Spark of Resistance, give you 25% damage resistance when you're near 3 enemies. We got Spark of Shock on, so that our grenade / arc soul joke people. We have on Spark of Discharge, so that whenever we get Iron Traces, we get Bolt Charges. So that ties in with the armor set. And then again, if you're easier content, Electrostatic Mine will add more Bolt Charges in your build. And then we have a flex mod here, and I recommend only two fragments to go in this slot. First one will be Spark of Votes, because you get a +10 class stat, but also 2. This will help you get your combo going as well if you don't have a Lightning Surge on you. Just finish remove somebody and boom, you amplify and get a stack of Bolt Charge. And then your exotic chest piece becomes active with your Arc Soul, and you can go crazy again, okay? The second thing I recommend is Spark of Focus, so that you can just sprint to get your rift back quick, and then pop your rift for Arc Soul and get your combo going when you're already amplified, okay? But I highly recommend Spark of Votes more, okay? Because Spark of Focus drops your class stat, but also too, using Layman Art, Volatile Explosion is going to be giving you your class ability back quicker, so yeah. Also too, if you don't want to use Layman Art, for the Void Overshield, I should say, you can change Volatile Marksman to Elemental Siphon, because we will be making a lot of Ionic Traces, so you'll be getting chunks of super energy to be able to spam the Broken Storm Trance super in this build. So you can put on Elemental Siphon on if you want to spam your super more in like, you know, content, right? Also too, if you didn't know, while you have Elemental Siphon on, if you get Elemental Pickups while you inside your super, your roaming super, it will extend the super. So because you are jolting and killing peoples in Storm Trance, you making Ionic Traces, and then them Ionic Traces extend the super even longer from Elemental Siphon, making it that you can use that broken super even more to deal damage to people. So it's a combo there. There's a combo there. Armor mods. We got 2 super files on, so we have 200 super. Void Siphon, make Orcs with Layman Art. Grenade Font, just get some more grenade energy for Arc Soul to do more damage. We got Void Loader on, so that you can knock the arrow inside the bow quicker with Layman Art, so you can deal damage even quicker for the Bolt Charge triggers. And then this just a flex mod right here. I put Boasting Detonation, so I throw the post grenade, I get some class ability energy back. We got Resist mod chest piece, depending on what activity you in. I have this on for Light Blade. Void Weapon Surge to make Layman Art do 11% more damage. Elemental Charge, because we're going to be making a lot of Iron Traces, so they give you armor charges for free. Better already, so we pick an Aura Power, start our health regen. Class Final on, just to get above that 100 threshold in class stat, so that we get 50% damage resistance whenever we pop our Rift. Because I know the animation for Rift is annoying, so this will give us that survivability popping our Rift, so that we can get the combo loop going for the Arc Souls, right? Without dying from the enemy shooting at us. Reaper on to get Aura Power, and then we pop our Rift, we're going to be doing a lot. And then Special Finisher to get that ammo, and harder in content, like Light Blade to get the ball rolling, okay? That's the full build, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. I love this build. Hands down, 10 out of 10. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Until next time, stay up.